Good afternoon everyone, it's Carolyn here from Waiheke Island down under in New Zealand. This video is going to be about gardening as a hedge against hyperinflation. Do I think hyperinflation is coming? I don't know. Being in a pandemic and printing money doesn't usually end that well. Hopefully it doesn't come, but it's a good idea I think to have some sort of hedge. If you're in the top 1% of society in terms of how much money you've got, then you probably don't need to think about gardening as a hedge. You might have already cashed out into precious metals and no doubt will be fine. But for the rest of us, the 99%, we need to look at other ways to hedge if hyperinflation does come. And gardening is one of the skills I've got. You can use any skill, I think, that you would expect to be required if we lost a lot of faith in our current monetary system. But gardening is what I've got, so it's one that I can share, and it's one that has always been really valuable to me, even just psychologically, knowing that I've got this skill in the background. I've not always used it, and there's been years and years where I've not really needed it, but now I've thought, okay, I definitely need to up my game. But it's been my job for the past, 13 something years. I have people working for me and train them to be gardeners, and I would be in the top 1% of gardeners in New Zealand. And I thought, why don't I make videos to teach people, to train them, to help them be in the top 1% of gardeners too, so that they can have this skill that they can hedge against if we get this, hyperinflation in the future, or if they lose their job. I mean, having the skills that I've got, I'm really confident about getting a job. I can just go anywhere in New Zealand and I'm just confident I can get a job. And you might be thinking, oh, it's too hard to get to the top 1%. It's actually not that hard. It might be really hard to get to be in the top 10, but the top 1% is quite achievable. It's not as prestigious as it sounds. It's and you kind of don't even realize that there you are. Oh, just about slipped then. So I teach people that come to work with me already. I mean, I don't even care if they've got no gardening skills. What I care about is whether or not they've got a body that can, be trained to work in the garden, and most people have, and whether or not they've got logic. So it's just those two things. The gardening is the easy part, training them up to be a gardener. I do have other projects that I'm working on, but I've been pretty disturbed by people not knowing what I know. And if we do have hyperinflation or anything like that, then we need more people to be good at gardening, and I can help them, I can train them just by sharing my knowledge. So what I thought I would do is post a video every day of what I do. I mean, it's what I do literally every day. I mean, even now I'm not at work, I've finished work, but I'm still out in the garden, and we're out in the bush here. You can see I'm at a beach on Waiheke. We're really spoilt for choice. This is one of my favourite locations. But when I walk around here, I understand the plants that I see, you could say. So when I'm walking around here, you might just think, oh yeah, look at her just wandering around looking at things. But when I look around, I can see what I can eat here. I can see there's water coming down through that valley. I can see blackberries there. I know that they're used for medicinal reasons. I know that they are prickly and I know how to prune them. They're wild here at the moment. And then I look over there and I can see raupo growing in that stream. I know that's the Maori name. I know the botanical name. I know it grows all around the world. I know it's used for paper. I know it's edible. I know the Australian Aborigines used it. So that kind of sounds impressive. It's just so easy to learn. If you're willing to learn it, they all sort of join together. All those pieces join together. It's just that you need to have someone tell you it, really. Somebody who lives it. So I do live it every day, and I love coming down to places like this and walking around and looking at the different plants and looking, and I can see certain weeds and what might be considered weed there behind it. So we've got a dock there. But it also has some sort of medicinal value, and has been used that way in the past, is probably the more politically correct way to say it. So yeah, that's the idea, is that I will make these videos every day, and they'll just be uploaded straight from the phone. There won't be any flash editing, and I will help people. I'll train them. I will coach them to be just like me, in the top 1% of gardeners, and help them to hedge against anything in life, really, because it's all about your food and your shelter, and that's what gardens and plants are all about, and help you hedge against hyperinflation. So watch the videos that are coming. There'll be another one tomorrow, probably about, I think I'm pruning a fig, so that's what it will be about. But join me in the top 1%.